Well, this next interview is going to show you more in detail why I think the internet, all this technology stuff, everybody walking around with their face and their phone and things like that, is actually going to bring us closer together instead of further apart. All the worrywart feel that, oh gosh, this computer now, people aren't talking to real people face to face and all this kind of stuff. Man, I was reading a book the other day that talking about technology and everything. Actually, like Aristotle, it's back in ancient Greece. He was the big philosopher of the day, and thousands of years ago. And he was so worried about Egypt when they developed paper, and then people could write words on paper, and he said, "Oh, that's going to get rid of the mind. People won't have to memorize things, and because they'll be able to write it on paper." Everybody has this fear kind of stuff for anything that changes. But here, this is a way to hire people now, that are closer to you, that want to do the work, and maybe you don't know they want to do the work. And another thing what it does is eliminate resumes, because see, now you go on somewhere to get actual reviews of real people. See, on these sites where you look for people to hire, or you offer yourself to work on some kind of skill that you want to do, or any kind of work you want to do, see, the people who hire you there rate you. So you get rated. Every job you have, you get rated. I mean, this is what's so great about things like Uber and Airbnb. You don't hand in a resume and get hired by some resume. You get hired by how well you did work for everybody else. And it's not the people, how you give 3 references in your resume. The references you're going to give in your resume are your uncle and your brother-in-law and your mother or somebody, that what they're going to say. But when you go on these sites now, where everybody rates everybody else, the worker rates the person given the money too. So that way, if anybody else using this website to get jobs wants to work for that idiot. He's a late payer or something like that. Man, where are you going to find stuff like that in a normal job? You don't know. Nobody knows. And that's why the internet, everything is so open on these sites like this, where they're creating jobs and creating opportunities, that is so open. Like we use an apartment, we only use once in a while on Airbnb. Man, we work hard to satisfy these people because they leave a review. And then when people looking to rent our apartment, we know they consider those reviews because those people who review have no motive to say anything. They could say anything they want. It doesn't matter. They don't have to stay there again or whatever. But on a normal kind of operations, when I review a Hyatt, we don't care about that much, right? We probably even trash the room, and they don't review us, that we're lousy guests, right? But now the internet does. It's almost like a responsibility. I mean, it's like your mother is in charge of everything, and you want to be nice in front of your mother, or something like that. And also this website too, which is neat, it brings people in a community together. Because the guy down the street who knows how to fix plumbing, he may want to make an extra $50, to fix your toilet that you don't know how to do, right? Instead of calling, we have somebody around here called Franklin the plumber or something like that, who advertises all over, and it's going to charge a couple $100 for them to come in and do it. So there's things like that, or even for you to make a couple extra dollars, doing something and doing something for somebody you really like working for. I mean, instead of banging on your neighbor's door and say, "Hey, you want us to do anything for a few bucks?" That's a little embarrassing at times. But when it's on a website and everything, it makes it friendly, somehow. And so it's neighbors helping neighbors, because you're doing them a favor and they're doing you a favor. So this is what's happening. This is so neat about the internet, where it's connecting people closer that wouldn't be connected. I don't know, my fella down the street could fix toilets, but now I do, because he's going to come down and fix mine for $50, and that's a hell of a lot better than Franklin the plumber. So watch this interview. Bernstein of Workly.com. Man, I look at your stuff and I say, God, if I ever need to hire anybody, I mean, what you do for somebody looking for help to fix stuff or do anything around, that God, I mean, I don't have to rely on a resume. I mean, resumes, you're going to put resumes out of business, aren't you? We no longer have to write a resume because I could go on your site and see what everybody else who used this person says about them, and I don't have to know these people personally because it's all right there. I mean, it just seems like an ideal hiring tool for anybody because you get it from the horse's mouth, not some bullshit on a resume, right?
Exactly. I mean, we live in a world right now where like the speed of information is just so fast. Who has time to read a whole resume? You just want to get right to the point, especially if what you're looking for is a handyman or a carpenter or a painter. And if they're not complete strangers either, better to look through people who your friends know and the people in your community to just find the kind of workers you need and then actually get those ratings and reviews and sort of verified by community workers.
So it's, I mean, now everybody knows how to game the system. I mean, if I write my own reviews on Amazon and stuff like that. but from your service, I mean, this is authentic stuff from authentic people, and there's people in the neighborhood. And you say, I mean, and most of the people you're going to get is going to be at a bargain because it's not their, you know, it's not a big business for them. It's something they're doing, you know, in addition to something else, and they appreciate the extra money.
Exactly. I mean, you're going to find the whole gamut on Workly, from people who are professional freelancers to, like I said, nurses and teachers and returning soldiers who are just looking for that extra time. You know, I met with some representatives from JP Morgan Chase and the Center for Financial Innovation, and you know, one of the biggest issues they identify in the United States right now is getting from paycheck to paycheck for a lot of families, for low and middle income families who, you know, these people have full-time jobs, but they need that extra $50 to $200 a week to sort of get their family into the clear.
Well, I mean, I was just reading data the other day, like half the people on food stamps have jobs. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, low income is now, you know, low income government programs go up to $40,000. Everybody's struggling. So that's why here's a way to not only make extra money, but get things done for a lot more reasonable costs. And in a way, I think extra money, I mean, you have a place that you do all the marketing, you know, for my skill. So if I have a special skill, you know, I don't have to worry about putting flyers out because you're doing it for me.
Yeah, and you know, the other thing is not only just sort of creating marketing for these people who wouldn't know how to get involved in this network otherwise, but it's this idea of creating this sort of a clever marketplace where people could get work rather than putting up sort of pull tabs at their coffee shop and having their neighbors wonder whether or not, you know, they sort of need additional labor. It's a little bit like Airbnb in the way that, you know, I think when people before Airbnb were reluctant to sort of say, hey, I have an extra room for rent, because they didn't want their neighbors to think that they needed money. But now you have Airbnb and all of a sudden you're not poor, you're clever.
Cool. Yeah, no, we do it. We have an apartment and we do the, and I brag at cocktail parties.
And so I think Workly does that same sort of thing. It allows people who have a little bit of extra time in their schedule to sort of convert that into income really easily and connect with their neighbors and improve their communities.
Right. But no, I mean, that's why you seem very neighborhood oriented. So you're dealing with people, neighbors. I mean, you know, and then from the person offering the service, you don't want to go around the neighborhood banging on doors. You want your lawn cut.
Although we all probably did that when we were kids. I was
exactly. I did.
Brigade with me and my friends.
Sidewalks in the snow and cutting lawns. Exactly. So this is a way to do that.
And even that, like, that was a great way to know my neighbors as a kid. You know, we knew all the people, and like we knew where the elderly homes are and where people needed that extra care. And I kind of feel like that's lost in our communities these days.
But another thing, you don't even really charge. You're not taking a piece of the action like most of these services do. They're taking, you know, 10, 15, 20% sometimes of the money. And what, you take $2 on a sale and that's it?
Yeah, so, I mean, a traditional staffing agency is going to take between like 17 and 25% you know, of the entire hourly wage. And that worker is going to get paid minimum wage. And, you know, one of the things that we do is we allow you to work directly with the other consumer. You know, so the fees are $2 for the worker and $2 for the manager. So each party pays $2, and then you can make as much as you want using the site.
Right.
Well, that's right. So for $2, and that's only $2 if I get a gig. It's free to go on, right?
Totally free to create a profile. You know,
Right.
so you really only pay when you actually make money,
Yeah,
which is kind of great. We do offer a membership model for sort of an enhanced profile. You know, Workly currently lets you have a photo and you basically click and choose all of the things as your sort of work file instead of a resume. But if you feel the need to show your gallery of work, to tell who your clients are, to put your bio on, then we allow you to actually have an enhanced profile for only $3 a month.
Oh,
So everything is super affordable.
Well, not only that, see, to me, if I was a freelancer or anything or looking for work, I mean, I could have you instead of a instead of a web page, you know, because I have all the information there and it's an easy place for them to hire me and whatever.
You know, like exactly accredited ratings and reviews to build your performance indicators, to build your resume. And one of the great things about Workly is that it really works for this sort of millennial personality of somebody who doesn't want to live in just one city.
Right.
You know, think about the film industry where you can just travel around the entire country from season to season. Just, you know, and so you're a badass carpenter in LA, and you decide you want to come live in New Orleans for Mardi Gras. You come out here, you switch your profile city. The next thing you know, you're here with all of your credits, all of your ratings, all of your reviews are now in New Orleans Workforce.
That's only for $3 a month, man. You know, to get a URL and a domain and all that kind of nonsense. You know, it's going to be a lot bigger than that, and it's not giving you any traffic, you know. so you're giving me traffic, and I could put all my stuff on your stuff, right, on your site. Oh, that's true. And you guys are fairly new, like a year or so, but actually, I guess that's old now in this business. I mean, being a year out of the box.
Actually, you know, we're only about 6 months long.
6 months, yeah. Oh, that's terrific, yeah. And it's national, so you go anywhere, and it's Workly, WERKLY.com. Get a job, find a job, get somebody to do something for you.
Exactly, are you ready to work?
Bargain.
And yeah, you know, we're entirely a user-supported site right now. We haven't taken any funding, and we're currently running an Indiegogo campaign to sort of create some new features for our users right now.
Exactly, on Indiegogo, I forgot it. So actually, if you go to Workly, then you get to the Indiegogo and you get that, help them support that new app that you're going to get. And once on the new app, then, man, you could go on, then Workly, you said you're going to be hooked up with Facebook. So the friends of the friends of the friends of the friends.
Exactly. You'll be able to just literally search through your friend network to find all the skilled workers you need. It's the same way when you go to Facebook right now and you ask your friends, hey, who knows a carpenter? You'll be able to come to Workly directly and see those people. We're also adding SMS technology, so after you create a profile on Workly, you'll never have to come back to the website again, actually. We'll just whenever somebody wants to hire you.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's what it's all about. I think the phones are the way to go. We're going to get rid of these PCs, this clunk of metal right here. Who's going to need that? Well, thank you so much, Eric. Pleasure talking with you. It sounds like a great thing you have, and hooking up people. That's what's so great about the internet, man. We don't have to go to the supermarket to put a clip on the board or whatever, you know, anymore.
Yeah, we're saving paper over here.
Exactly, because of guys like you. So that's Workly, WERKLY.com. See, you got to go to school longer to learn how to spell, don't you? Take care.
Take it easy, Matthew.